Welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Brooks Monaghan, and Coach came away with a split over the weekend at home. I know you like to get both at home, but you played some tough competition. Again, you played the third-ranked team in the country, Oklahoma State, on Sunday. Prior to that, a 4-0 win over Arkansas State. Let's go back to the win over Arkansas State. Got a couple goals each half. Tina Shriver's got 2 goals for you.
Yeah, Tina was very good that game, and Tina's obviously just a freshman, and she has a lot of talent and a lot of potential, and if we can just get the consistency out of her, she's going to be big time for this program. And she's coming along with each game, and she showed what she's capable of by scoring those 2 goals on Friday.
I imagine your biggest question going into the match Friday was, how's the team going to come out? You had a 2-week layoff since you played that match up at Missouri. That's a pretty big gap early in the season.
Yeah, no, we've never dealt with that. It's been awkward, to have such a layover. And for us, we're still trying to figure out our team. Last night Natalia arrived. She was at practice today, but we actually set her out. She'll train tomorrow, maybe play a little bit on Thursday. But this time of year, usually you've got a good grasp of your team. And I'll be the first to admit, we don't quite have it. We know we have a lot of talent, but it's really, the kids are getting used to playing with each other, and it's really just finding those right combinations, and it's going to take a little bit of time. And that's what we said at the beginning. This team, it's going to take time. It's very talented. It's just going to take a little time, and but we're getting there.
Coach, you come back on Sunday night, third-ranked team in the country, Oklahoma State, a 3-2 loss. They got a goal late with I believe, around 2 or 3 minutes to go. Furious second half, though. It was a scoreless game at the half, then all 5 goals came in the second half. Oklahoma State did a good job of responding immediately, getting some good counters. You went up 1-0, they countered immediately. Same thing, once you tied it up, they came back quickly with that 3rd goal.
Yeah, good teams find a way to win. They're a very good team, obviously ranked 3rd. Credit to them. But, there was a lot of good stuff from us in that game, but not good enough. Every time we step on the field, we expect to win, and unfortunately we didn't. But I think we can take a lot from that game, a lot of positives, and obviously there's always going to be a few negatives, and you try to learn from those. But I felt we created some great chances. I felt there was defensively there was some good stuff, but we let in 2 soft goals. Obviously we got scored on 3 times, but 2 of them shouldn't have happened. And we've got to fix that moving forward, especially anytime you play a team of that caliber. You give them a chance, they're going to bury it. And unfortunately, we gave them 2, and they buried both of them. And that was the difference in the game.
Both you and Oklahoma State had to sit through a 2-hour, 30-minute delay to the start of the game due to some weather and some lightning in the area. What do you do in a situation like that? Because just like Coach Fuente on Saturday night, it's a big delay like that. It's really not something you ever prepare for, and I guess you just have to kind of wing it and kind of get a feel for your team. Do you sit them much? And you couldn't get them out and run them around because of the lightning in the area.
No, we went to the hot dog stand. No, I'm kidding. We just just try to make them relax a little bit. The girls were obviously in the locker room, singing a little, just to totally get them to relax. And I tell you what, neither team seemed affected by the delay. Both teams, I thought it was a great soccer game, and both teams came out playing extremely well. I wish it would have affected them in a more negative way, but I was pleased with the team, our team and our focus when the whistle blew 2.5 hours later.
I guess it helps for both you and Oklahoma State. You were both there. They weren't leaving till the next day, so it wasn't like they had to get out on a plane later that night or get on a bus later that night. You guys were there. You knew you were just going to have to wait. You were eventually going to play.
Yeah, no, and I know the coach fairly well, and we said, this is a big game for both of us, and so we were planning on, at least till 10 o'clock, and then make a decision from there. So, fortunately, we were able to get the game in, and, like I said, it was a great game, I think, for both sides. Most of the time there's going to be a winner and a loser, and unfortunately we came out on the losing end. But, I say this every interview, this team has a lot of potential, and, you just got to be a little bit patient, and it's tough, because I'm tired of being patient. Right. But it's getting there. It's getting there. I believe in these kids. These kids are working hard, and it's been a tough start. You play whatever Missouri is, maybe they'll be 10th, 12th in the country after today's poll comes out, then number 3. It's great. It's a great experience for us moving forward. It makes you better, but it stings to lose.
You're going to kind of get a feel for this team in the next week or so. You're going to be at Vanderbilt and LSU over the next week. You've got everyone back. You're working on your players that played on the World Cup teams are back. Your freshmen and your newcomers now have some big games under their belt. You're going to kind of see what this team's going to be now in the next week or so.
Yeah. I mean, I think, obviously Natalia coming back, it's going to be different for these kids. It's going to be different for her because she's not used to everybody, or most of the kids, especially the newcomers. But again, I said it earlier, we're still trying to figure out this team. It's impossible for this team to be clicking on all cylinders right now because we haven't had all the players. So, I mean, for us, our hopes are to get Natalia in for some minutes against Vanderbilt and for her to be back 100% against LSU. And then after that, going into when we come back home, feeling like, okay, this is our time. There will be no excuses after that, because we'll have enough time to be with each other, work with each other, and, get on the same page.
Quickly, tell us what you know about Vanderbilt and LSU.
Both good. Any SEC soccer team is going to be, a handful. Great friends with the Vanderbilt coach, and, he took over that program last year. I know they're much improved, and, Sebastian used to be my assistant, who's their assistant now. So it's they're very athletic, we're going to have to be at our best, and then obviously moving on to LSU, they've started their season extremely well, always a battle with them. So, I mean, it just doesn't get any easier. It doesn't get any easier. We've obviously had some tough games, and we've got 2 ahead of us. All
right, well, Coach, best of luck on the road, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks.
That is Head Coach Brooks Monaghan. I'm Jeff Brightwell for the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.